Hi, experiential learners, it's Steve. Today we're going to walk you through the concept of reflection or reflective dialogue. And then at the end of this short tutorial, there'll be a link to a reflective dialogue primer that I'll ask you to complete. It should only take a few minutes to do so that I can rest assured that you understand the purposes of reflection, what reflection is, and maybe some approaches to implementing it in your internship experience. So sometimes interns have a little bit of a challenge distinguishing between recording and reflecting with regard to their internship experience. When we're talking about documenting your internship experience, where you would maybe keep a journal where you're writing down each week the different tasks that you're performing, the different projects you're working on. That is wonderful and great. You might want to actually do that just to keep things in order. But reflecting is really going beyond that. That's where you're processing the experiences of your internship. You're making meaning of the experiences. You're analyzing the experiences from different perspectives. And the reflection aspect is something that I believe needs to be learned. It's something that requires great patience and practice and discipline and such. So one great way to reflect on your experience is to keep a kind of a written journal of your experiences each week and not just writing down what you did, but maybe a little bit about, how did that experience make you feel? What did you learn from it? How did it allow you to gain deeper insights into particular aspects of your internship experience? So you see here kind of the differences between recording. Recording you can view as more of the concrete thinking. That's where you're just kind of jotting down, again, your responsibilities and such. The reflecting is more abstract thinking. So that's where we want to dig a little bit deeper as to what you're doing in your internship, but why, how, all of that fun stuff. So why does reflection matter? Why are we talking about this week in this course? Well, reflection is really essential for learning and development in your internship. So without thinking about your experiences, you don't really have the opportunity to put them in perspective or to say make connections between your academic coursework, your theory-based coursework, and the practice of your internship, the more practice focused aspects of your internship. So if you just had the internship experience and didn't really spend some time thinking about it or analyzing it or processing it, then reflection really can't occur. And you're just kind of looking at, oh, these are the different tasks I perform, but what became of those tasks? It's again what we said earlier about taking it to the next step or the next level. There are 5 C's of internship reflection I want to just briefly touch on with you here today. The first one is connections. I kind of just mentioned this earlier, where a really effective reflection process is where the intern is able to make connections between their academic coursework and the functions they're performing in their internship. So we want you to be able to maybe test out a theory in your internship or test out a psychological concept or principle in your internship. I think that theories are only as good as our ability to test them out. So the theory and practice dynamic kind of one informs the other. The practice can impact the theory, and the theory can impact the practice. The continuity aspect is that this is an ongoing process, reflection. It's not something that, quite honestly, really has an endpoint at all. It's something that should be developed as you go through the different stages of your internship, the different developmental stages of your internship. The context would be the tools and resources that are at your disposal to help you process your internship, to help you think about the situations that you're engaged in at your internship site. So the importance of the different style of approach you use to reflect and the concepts that you're learning as well. Challenge kind of speaks for itself, but most of you know of a growth mindset. You might have heard that in one of your psychology courses. So challenge is necessary for growth. So we really want to see, as part of the 5 C's, the reflection, that in that reflection you are experiencing some challenge that is resulting in some change. I'm assuming that you're doing this internship because you want to change, you want to develop new skills, you want to acquire some new knowledge in a particular area. So the challenge is really necessary for that change, transformation, growth, and development to occur. And the final one you see there is coaching. So this would be the support systems that you need to have in place to effectively reflect on your internship experience. The emotional support, the intellectual supports coming from me as your instructor for this class, as well as your peers. The course content as well provides some coaching support and such. So now you've gotten a brief introduction into reflection, what it is, how it works. Your next step is to go to the link below, go.umd.edu/psych3d9 reflection, and just complete the short reflective dialogue primer that I've provided there. It's just a short 2 or 3 questions that we're asking you to kind of gauge your understanding of what reflection is, because as we go forward in the course, you're going to be using reflection quite a bit in, say, the discussion forums, even in your final project with the internship poster and such. So as always, you can contact me with any questions you may have, syoung17@umd.edu. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.